G'day, how's it going? I thought I'd just do a little video on how to find spots to fly. Especially in Australia, it can be super hard to find sort of fun spots. So I'm just gonna show you how I found this spot to fly. We found this little silo area, and I'm gonna show you the process of sort of how I look for spots to fly and where's safe to fly and where's not safe to fly. Most things, like if you go online and search up where to fly, you'll find most people talking about like where's legal to fly and where's not legal to fly. And in Australia, it's actually pretty much, with certain exceptions, illegal to fly FPV anywhere. So in that sense, I would sort of just, like, obviously don't fly straight next to an airport or something, but legally you can sort of just, like, it's illegal to fly anywhere. So you just need to more worry about like making sure you're not making a ruckus and annoying anyone or putting anyone in danger. And apart from that, you can sort of fly wherever you want. But in Australia, places like abandoned buildings and office blocks and stuff, anything that doesn't really get used or is abandoned gets pretty much renovated and destroyed and rebuilt immediately. So finding abandoned buildings and stuff to find can be super hard. So I'm just going to show you right here sort of how I find my abandoned buildings, and hopefully it can help you guys find some in your areas wherever you are in Australia or in the rest of the world. This is pretty transferable wherever you go. Okay, so first things first, I'm just going to hop in and I'm just going to Google my area and ask for any, you can see all my searches. Is there a way to make built-in Windows screen record? Oh shit, this is my second time recording this, by the way. Anyway, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to Google any abandoned buildings in Wagga or something like that. So first of all, I'll just go abandoned. Oh, I've already searched it, so we'll chuck that in and it come up. And we just scroll down, have a look and see anything. See, just here, straight away, this pops up. This is actually a spot that I fly pretty regularly. It's in Wagga. You would have seen it on my first video that I posted since coming back from like not flying in ages. It's a really great spot. It's been closed for ages, so you can just sort of go in there and nobody really cares. I think it's been like 20 years or something. So that's a really good spot. But Reddit's the go-to usually for most things. So just pop into Reddit. And you can see here any abandoned places in Wagga or around it. So I scroll down and we see behind the Red Rooster on the highway is an old abandoned wreck. It's pretty good, old massive two-story shed. So when I saw this, I was like, bingo, that sounds sick. I walked down, there's like a really long driveway that I walked down. You can see it was posted 3 years ago. So I was a little skeptical, but I walked in with my drones on my backpack and everything. I was super keen. And I got in there and they've like reconverted it to like a steel mill or something. So there were people angle riding. It was like a Friday at lunchtime. And people looking at me real weird. So just make sure that you check the date before you go rock up places. What else we got? Old abandoned theatre in Turvey Park. So I went to that place as well. It's just rubble on the floor. You'll find most of these places in Australia get knocked down pretty quick. So that was 3 years ago as well. There's nothing more recent than this thread that I could find. The petrol station on the outskirts of town, that's actually super cool. That's still there. I really want to get like a 3-inch with an Insta360 or something on top of that so I can fly there, because that would be super dope, but it's just a little too small. And then the old PCYC has been turned into like a kids daycare center or something. So that's my first step that I do. I always go to Reddit. Places like if you do r/urbanx or r/graffiti, r/FPV even. Stuff like that, that's my go-to. Being in Wagga, there's not many people here. There's not a lot going on, so this doesn't really work all the time. You can't really rely on other people, but it's a good choice. So the next thing I do after checking Reddit is I just hop onto your local Facebook page. So right here we've got the Canberra drone racing page. I don't live in Canberra. Canberra's about 2.5 hours away, but again, I'm like the only one that flies here, so this is the closest thing to me. And when I was going down to Canberra, I did this. I went, hey everyone, I'm coming to Canberra this weekend, just wondering if there's any good spots to fly, blah, 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 blah. Nobody replied.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
That's okay. I mean, it's a drone racing page. All the guys in here are really cool blokes, but yeah, it's mainly for drone racing, but there's no other pages around, so nobody replied to me on here, but that's okay. The next thing I do is I start looking for pages like group chats for graffiti art, urban exploration. They're the two huge ones. Photography, university sometimes. There's university students in there who are doing projects and stuff. The local TAFE pages for like classes who are doing like photography and stuff like that. They usually have some good things on them. people tend to not want to share that kind of information. So even if there's a cool photo or something, you have to sort of like read between the lines to figure out where it is and go on a bit of a hunt. Like this spot that I searched up, I've already filmed me flying there, so I've already been there. It took a while to find, actually, and I was looking for this spot, like looking for abandoned buildings for a while. It's been probably 3 months of just searching, but I found one, and this is what I did. I went on the Riverina JDM page for cars, because like you can see back here, people love taking photos of their cars in front of cool stuff, and they usually post in these kind of group chats. This Riverinas with like my area where I'm in. People love putting it in like abandoned buildings and stuff. So I popped in here, and I've been in here for a while. Like, it's not something you can just go and search for. You have to kind of just get lucky and it pops up. And I saw this, any decent spots locally to get some nice photos. So I went in here and I saw top floor at the hospital car park. This was actually pretty cool. It was raining today, so I went and checked out the spot. It's a pretty cool spot, but I went on, like, it's a Sunday today, and I went and it was still super busy, and I didn't really want to fly around. Like, it's a hospital, so like people in wheelchairs and stuff, not the best. So it is cool. If I can get there on an empty day or something, it'd be cool to fly, like big open spots and stuff. And I was scrolling down here and I saw this. The silos at Ladysmith are not too bad. See, I've liked it. And I had a look at that, and I was like, oh, that looks sick. There's a few gaps here, and you can look like you can power loop over there. And as you can see, he hasn't really said anything else except for the silos at Ladysmith are not too bad. So I hop into Google Maps here, and I just find Ladysmith. And then you sort of just like scroll in and start going down through the main town and sort of sussing out all the areas that look like they could be what you're looking at there. So those silos, and have a look around. Once the picture image gets better, maybe it won't. Doesn't look like it's going to. Oh shit, my Wi-Fi. Oh, here we go. Boom. Just have a look, see if I can have a look at it in a bit better quality than I was looking at it before. It's pretty crappy quality. Oh, there we go. But yeah, you can see we got a silo there and a shed. And just looking at it, first things first, no fences, which is really good. And it looks like it hasn't been used in a little while, just judging by the rust and stuff on the sides. But that's sort of one of those things you just got to rock up at the spot and then suss it out from there. So now we found the spot. We just go there and we suss it out and we see if it's any good. So I'll do that now. Well, I've already done it, but for you, I'm hopping in my car now and we'll go suss it out. So we have arrived at the spot. It's just this big silo. I'll turn it around so you can see. It's nothing super interesting, but got a few little gaps and stuff. Big silo. It looks like it's on this old train line. There's a little gate over the train line, so I'm not too worried about trains coming down here. Could be pretty cool to fly along. And then there's this big shed, and this little shed area here, it looks fully open, so a few cool little power loops and stuff through there. I reckon it's a pretty good spot. The first thing that I want to make sure when I come to spots like this is there's no fences or gates or anything that say like very explicitly no entry. You'll find that like most places will have a gate or a fence of some kind. My number one thing with that is that I'll check like how new does the gate or fence look. If you rock up and it looks like brand new, they've still got like mesh banners on it and stuff that says like some construction company and big fences everywhere that say no entry, keep out, blah blah blah, then I would probably avoid that spot. Whereas some places you'll rock up and it'll be like an old tattered fence and the corner of them will be like rolled up already from where people have been going in and out. And obviously you still shouldn't enter, but that's sort of up to you, your call. One of the main things that I look at when I'm going into places like that brewery that I usually fly at, that's got a big fence all around it with no entry and stuff. The corners of that are all rolled up, and the first thing I look at is like graffiti. If you see heaps of graffiti all over the building, smash windows, that kind of thing, usually that means that that's been abandoned for a very long time. In Australia, places don't stay abandoned for very long, so if you can find somewhere that's covered in graffiti, smash windows, knock down doors, that kind of stuff, you're really lucky. And if you do find somewhere like that, obviously up to you. own decision, but that's somewhere that I would look at and be like, yeah, this is safe to fly, this is okay, I'm not going to get in heaps of trouble for flying here. Nobody's really going to come here. Another important thing is there's somebody's house right there, and there's also, if around the corner here, I'll show you, that's a main road for this town. Just along there. Along there's a main road, and there's some houses and stuff over there, so just being extra considerate of that. I wonder what's in here. This looks cool. Wow. I don't know if you can see. Just a big empty silo. Another important thing that I like to do is just do a walk around. Make sure before I go flying, sort of see entry points, places that I can get to if my quad does happen to crash, or I happen to crash my quad in one of these spots. Like, how am I going to get up there? For example, up the top there, you see there's railings and like an entrance. I was like, oh, if I fly up there, how am I going to get up? Safest thing obviously would just be not to fly in through that gap, but you know, we've got this little staircase here and I can use that to climb up the stairs and that kind of thing. Just a general walk around so you can figure out where you can fly, where you can't fly. Because once you start flying, you put the goggles on, and it becomes a bit more like a video game, and you're a bit out of reality, and you get into a flow state, and all of a sudden, that gap looks really, really, really appealing, even though if you crash, there's no way of getting your quad back. So if you know beforehand, before you start flying, you know where you can fly, where you can't fly, it makes it a lot easier to sort of navigate the area, gets you to know it a little bit better. That's why I usually take my first pack of the day really slow, just so I figure out sort of the lay of the land. So without further ado, I'm gonna rip a couple packs, and then yeah, that'll be it.
Was it the best you ever had? Was it the worst you never know? I gotta tell you what I think and play it up like it's a joke.
Righto, so this is gonna be my first pack. As I said before, I'll just go nice and slow, nice and chill. I'll figure out where sort of everything is, figure out the lay of the land, and then from there, then we can sort of tone it up a little bit. What the fuck happened there? Holy shit. Oh, one of my props is gone. So, one of my props just completely flew off. I found the prop, but that's not the problem, because I don't have a spare one of these little nuts. So, hopefully I can find that. Otherwise, that will be a very, very, very short day of flying. The rain stopped for just a second. It rained really, really heavy, so there is just mud and puddles and shit everywhere. So I'm going to try my best to stay out of the ground, so I'm just going to fly super chill, just to sort of show off the spot that we found, and then I'll come back here another time, we'll fly it properly. But for now, I'll just do a quick rip, and then that'll be it. Choo choo, motherfucker, I'm a train. That was fun as fuck. Oh, I felt the latency in there. That was close. It is actually pretty windy. It is very windy, holy. Very, very windy. Let me try this juicy flick. I've been trying this for a while now. Getting a lot more height than I really want, but that's okay. That power line nearly got me. Now I know under here. Oh no. Wait, let me see if I can turtle mode this. There we go. Hell yeah, that's really fun. Oh, it's getting a bit rainy. It's getting very rainy, boy. I want to try like a little slide on top of this thing. That was fun. I love these train tracks actually, they're super fun. Super fun. Scared the shit out of me, man. Let's see, how quick can we go through this? Oh, fuck.
Armed. Turbo mode on. Armed.
Yikes, that's really stuck up there. Fuck. I don't know how I'm gonna get that down. That's pretty high. Fuck. I got it down. It's out. I found this big, I don't know if you can see this huge big like pole in the scrap bin out the back, like over there. And I was able to hit it out. So if you have a little look here, look at that. There is no quad in there anymore. And here it is in the flesh. I was like turtle moding like crazy to try and get out there before. So one of the props came off and look, another one of those nut things from the top is just gone, so I'm going to have to get another one. That's a different one, by the way. So yes, I will have to get another one, but quad is back, thank God, and I actually got it down pretty quickly, so the battery should be completely fine, because I think I crashed at like 3.7 volts, so I probably spent like 10 minutes maybe trying to get it down, which is very lucky. I was shaking the crap out of it before, and it was moving around so much. Like that whole rusted thing, I was just waiting for it to fall down and knock me out. But got it, so yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching. I will probably come back here when it's sunny and we'll just rip it, and I will be a lot more careful of that. I want to get one of those like long extendable pool things with like the little net on the end. So I'll get one of those before I come back, and yeah, see you next time.